Bitcoin is a powerfully revolutionary technology. Cryptocurrency, I am very bullish on Bitcoin and on crypto generally. And
the United States is a crucial part of the global crypto market. It has the most number of crypto exchanges, trading platforms, wallets, investment funds, and blockchain-related projects. However, there are increasing fears that the U.S. government will continue its crackdown on the industry, driving potential investors abroad. U.S. Republican politician Ted Cruz has expressed these same sentiments in a recent interview. Cruz believes the Biden administration is against the development of the crypto industry in the U.S. because they cannot control the industry. In this regard, the politician and attorney compares the administration to the Communist Party in China. Welcome to Savvy Finance. In today's video, we will be discussing Senator Ted Cruz's thoughts on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which he shares in a recent interview. In the interview, Cruz also talks about his Bitcoin journey, the qualities that endeared him to the asset, and how the Biden administration is trying to kill the industry. This is a video you will not want to miss. So stick to the end and give it a thumbs up if you find it interesting and enlightening. Thanks and enjoy. Republican Senator Ted Cruz currently serves as the junior United States Senator for Texas, a state which has been making giant strides in the industry. In a recent interview, Cruz describes himself as a vocal defender of Bitcoin and declares that he is particularly bullish on Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency industry. For Cruz, the decision to invest in Bitcoin had not been a haphazard one. He had first met with many people who were knowledgeable about the industry and asked relevant questions before investing. Cruz explains that in his quest, he realized that Bitcoin has many advantages, including being a potential hedge against inflation. Here is the senator on his Bitcoin journey and how he's been investing in the asset over time.
Bitcoin is a powerfully revolutionary technology. Cryptocurrency, I am very bullish on Bitcoin and on crypto generally. And I got to tell you, the same petty authoritarians who hate Joe Rogan, who hate the Canadian truckers, they hate Bitcoin and they hate crypto. And there's some irony. So I've become a very vocal defender of crypto, probably the leading defender, or certainly one of the leading defenders in the U.S. Senate. And it's interesting, a lot of the Bitcoin and crypto folks were Bernie bros, just like Rogan, you know, the kind of cool socialist, that seemed hip. And yet these authoritarians hate Bitcoin and they hate crypto, and it's for the same reason. Why do they hate Joe Rogan? Because they can't control him. He's not subject to their authoritarian power. Why do they hate Bitcoin? Because they can't control it. It is a system of currency outside of the monopoly control of the U.S. government. And I got to say, as I've addressed, I spoke at a big crypto conference in Austin several months ago, and I said, listen, you need to understand this administration, I believe, is going to go after you and is going to try to destroy you. And by the way, that's a pattern of authoritarians. China, communist China, outlawed Bitcoin for the exact same reason. Why does Elizabeth Warren hate Bitcoin? For the same reason that she in China hates Bitcoin, because neither one of them can control it. And the theme through all of this is the power of freedom to be not subject to the arbitrary whims of those in government power. So I bought Bitcoin, I own Bitcoin. I think according to the public reports, there are 3 senators that own Bitcoin, me, Cynthia Lummis, and Pat Toomey. I'll say, 6-8 months ago, I didn't know a whole lot about Bitcoin and crypto. And I saw that it was growing and developing, and I said, look, I need to educate myself. And so I started setting up dinners with people involved in the crypto world and just sitting down and listening to them. And I started off with, all sorts of dumb questions. What is it? How does it work? And learning. And it's complicated stuff. And I certainly would not hold myself out as an expert today. But I started learning and listening to it and being fascinated by the development of it, by the ability. There's a book, actually, that Cynthia Lummis recommended to me called Layered Money, which I read, that talks about some of the history of the development of money from the beginning, but crypto is the next evolution of it. And I've gotten very bullish on crypto, especially Bitcoin, and really horrified at the efforts of Elizabeth Warren and big government Democrats to crush this growing industry. Texas is becoming an oasis for Bitcoin. We're seeing more and more crypto moving to Texas, particularly Austin. And so I started several months ago. I actually have a weekly buy order in for Bitcoin that every week I just have an automatic buy. Look, given that there's volatility, I'm a fan of dollar cost averaging, which is just having a buy that occurs weekly automatically so that high or low, it averages out. And then what I ended up doing, I guess a couple of weeks ago, is when Bitcoin dropped about in half, I said, all right, I don't believe this drop. And so I made a bigger purchase. I bought 25,000 worth of Bitcoin. Under the Senate, you have to file a financial disclosure for a purchase over $1,000. So I filed that financial disclosure. And, usually those financial disclosures don't, maybe they get a little bip, but they don't get a whole lot of attention. It actually was fascinating, Michael, when I filed the financial disclosure. It generated a ton of press. And listen, I am bullish on Bitcoin, so I'm proud to say I got skin in the game. I believe in it, and that's why I invested in it. But I think we ought to be encouraging. I want cryptocurrency. I want America to be the hub of cryptocurrency globally, and frankly, I want Texas to be the hub of cryptocurrency in America.
Today's video is sponsored by Gather Online. Do you hate ads? Have you ever spent so much money on cloud computing? Want to tokenize your business but need someone to help with the process? Then you need Gather. Gather allows publishers to monetize without ads, provides businesses and developers access to affordable and reliable computing power. It is a 3-layer ecosystem offering various services to content creators. Gather Online allows web and mobile developers to monetize from their users' computing power. Gather Enterprise provides consultancy services and tools for developers, crypto networks, and helps businesses tokenize. Gather Cloud provides affordable computing power to enterprises and developers. With Gather, publishers stand the chance of making up to 20 times the revenue they make from ads. The bigger the network, the higher the value of the Gather tokens and the bigger the returns for investors. Gather Online is now live with up to 240,000 GTH of rewards every month. That's 10% of the monthly supply. The other 90%, around 2,170,000 GTH, will be burned continuously. Already 20.3 million GTH have been burned, reducing the total lifecycle supply from 600 million GTH to 579.6 million GTH. The burning will continue to tighten supply and increase demand for the tokens. Gather is on a mission to fix the internet's broken model by democratizing the internet and cloud space. You can finally say goodbye to ad trackers, clickbaits, and privacy invasion while enhancing user experience with ad-free content. Please click the link in the description box below to begin your journey to an ad-free and democratized internet. Cruz also talks about the Biden administration's outlook on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. He warns that the administration could very well kill the crypto industry in the U.S., driving investors to more crypto-friendly countries like El Salvador. He adds that this won't be a great loss for the crypto industry as it would continue to survive, but it would be for the United States. Listen to Cruz's warning for the crypto industry and what he is doing to aid the adoption of Bitcoin in Congress.
This administration could kill crypto. When I talked to the conference in Austin, there are a lot of folks in the crypto world who are a little bit utopian. That they have a view that we are inevitable. That Bitcoin is inherently superior to all other forms of money. I will say one of the things I like about it is it's a potential hedge against inflation. And given this administration spending trillions and driving up trillions in debt, I'm interested in the hedge in inflation as they're devaluing the dollar. And so I like Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation. But the point I made at this conference is y'all need to understand government can destroy you. I asked, how many of y'all have heard of Napster? And they all did. And I said, listen, it's easy to think we're happily in our sort of Austin, peaceful place. And I think Bitcoin is actually where Silicon Valley was maybe 15 or 20 years ago, which is at a fork in the road, where Silicon Valley could have chosen to go towards a libertarian utopia. Leave us alone, let's be entrepreneurs, let's have freedom. Or they could have done what they did, which is to go down the socialist woke path of we exercise power, we are totalitarian, and we're hard leftist woke. And unfortunately, Silicon Valley took the wrong choice. I think Bitcoin and crypto more generally is at that same fork in the road. I hope that they go the libertarian way. I hope they go the small business, leave us alone, let us be entrepreneurs. That is really potent, so I'm trying to encourage it. But absolutely there is a very real and potent threat from the Biden administration that they will go after it, that they will try to destroy it. And I'm going to fight against that because I think it is a huge, huge industry going forward. And I don't want to see the idiot politicians in Washington drive it out of America and send it overseas. It won't disappear, but Washington is perfectly capable of sending the jobs overseas and sending that business overseas. I think that would be catastrophic. So I've actually introduced legislation in Congress to have the congressional store accept Bitcoin.
Really?
So that's one of the pieces of legislation I've introduced as a way of spreading its acceptance. By the way, in El Salvador, I spoke with the president of El Salvador last week. El Salvador, it's legal currency. It's legal tender in El Salvador. And it is, Bitcoin has all sorts of potential, particularly in a developing economy, for people to have secure savings. You may not have access to a bank account, but if you have a cell phone, if you have any technology, you can have secure savings that can't be stolen from you. It can also is secure, instantaneous transactions. You can transfer it, buy and sell. You know, there are massive inefficiencies right now in the transfers of cash that crypto and Bitcoin go all around. And so it is a generation skipping technology, which is potent. And that's one of the reasons. So I've introduced legislation to repeal what the Democrats did, putting additional burdens on crypto. And I've also, as I said, I think the congressional store ought to accept it because it helps expand the ability of this industry to grow. And I think there's enormous benefit to Texas and the country as this industry grows.
As many industry experts have explained, the cryptocurrency industry will continue to be viewed as a competitor to local fiat currencies. The U.S. government, in particular, is not going to welcome the industry with widely open arms. However, with the number of holders, wallets, trading platforms, and exchanges in the country, it would be pretty difficult for the government to completely shut down the industry. But we can certainly look forward to some strict regulations that could upset the balance of the industry for a brief period. What do you think about the senator's interview? Please share your comments in the comments section below. Also, remember to click the like button and watch our other recent videos on Bitcoin and other digital assets. Thanks for watching.